Hey there, Jonas Box Monkey here. So, as you probably know, I really like cheap ukuleles. So, I was very happy when this company called GearBest sent me this ukulele so that I could review it. It's super cheap at $16 plus shipping, and it's pretty good quality all in all. It's crazy that they can manage. I don't even understand how they can get it so cheap. Look, Chinese. Yes, it's obviously made in China, but then again, pretty much everything nowadays is. So doesn't mean it's bad. That's why it's so cheap, I guess. But I have to say, so that I avoid wasting your time, that it's $16 plus shipping, which is $8 in the US. So this is really worth it if you live in the US. But if you're living in Europe or in the rest of the world, then they have $30 to $40 shipping, which I don't understand why it's so much more expensive than the US. But so basically you will get a price that's more like minimum $50. So probably not worth it, because for this sort of price you can get this Ukulele ukulele, for example, which is pretty nice, and it'll barely cost more if you include shipping. So probably not worth it if you're living in Europe. But if you're living in the US, and I know most of you guys live in the US, this is really interesting for you or for your children. It's for such a price, it's crazy. It's good quality. It has nice stable tuning pegs. Actually, in fact, more stable than the ones on here. These ones tend to move around a little bit, whereas these ones are nice and stable. And it has a nice finish here where it's all rounded off, which is very nice. It's all made of wood, so that's preference. This one's made of plastic, the back is made of plastic, which I like plastic pretty much, it sounds nice, but you might prefer wood. It's a little bit lighter also. It has a different feeling, wood has a different feeling, a little bit different sound, so that's really up to you. It has two disadvantages. One is it doesn't come with Aquila strings, instead it comes with some normal cheap strings, which means that it gets untuned pretty fast for a while and you have to tune it, and then it won't sound as good as Aquila strings. So if I were you, the first thing I would do is change the strings for Aquila strings or some other strings that you like. And while you're at it, I would also sand this down a little bit, because you see here, the action is very high. There's space between the string and the fretboard. Whereas on this one, for example, the action is much lower. So that means that when you go up and play the high frets here, it can be a little bit annoying. So there's no buzzing. That's very nice. But you will get this high fret action here. So I would change the strings and sand it down here just a little bit. Okay? Now I'll play a few things to compare these two ukuleles, since you already might know this one from my other videos, and that way you can see which sound you prefer. Yeah, the sound is pretty different. This one has a brighter tone a little bit, whereas this one has a more mellow tone. Both are nice. You might prefer a more chilled, mellow tone like this or a bright tone. They both both have something nice to them. It's probably due to the fact, partly, that it's all made of wood rather than plastic. All in all, a very nice, good quality thing for your children or for yourself if you're starting out ukulele. So cheap that if your children throw it out the window and knock out some poor person or dog, well, at least you won't have to worry about the ukulele because you can just buy a new one. It's so cheap. Yeah. Garden shoe. It's about the same price. $16. I tried to get a good sound of this. Couldn't get any sound out of it, so I'll go for the ukulele or shirt. It's like the same price. Crazy how they can get things so cheap. Yeah. So up to you. Oh, they told me they might get a discount from me. So if they give me a discount code, then I will give it to you as a link. And I'll also try to get them to get the shipping prices down a little bit for Europe or the rest of the world, because otherwise, why would it cost so much more than the US? So, discount code, maybe, if I get one, coupon, I'll tell you. Just for you, for my subscribers, I'll ask them for that. And if you're hesitating to start out ukulele, and you're not playing any instruments, and you don't, well, here, it's so cheap, just buy it, that way you can start playing, it's so cool, you don't, don't need to wait, don't need to put money aside. So, hope to see you around, cheers!